Hello everyone, welcome back to Nomifactory. Last episode we started with Nuada processing, where we melt Nuada down with a very strong acid, and with a bit more processing, this gives us trinium, enriched Nuada, and Nuadria. And with a whole bunch of trinium, like 1,000, we could make the fusion reactor. Wow, it was very expensive. And since then I have made a few changes. I neatened up the front a bit, so we extract on site, and also solidify. So for example, if we want europium, we just input neodymium, the ingot, into this crate, and hydrogen on this hatch, and we get ingots back. Super easy. And I did make a bunch more, 8 stacks in total. It's actually used quite a lot. For example, ZPM stuff, lots of europium, as wire. Don't worry, it's not expensive, at all. We have tons of neodymium, and it's 1-to-1. Hydrogen is very cheap also, so we can make like thousands of this, if we really wanted to. It's really not expensive. Also, I noticed we were running low on iridium. It's used quite a lot, so I sent 16 tier 4s, which is a whole bunch of iridium and osmium. It may have been too many. We have 6k now, and 4k of osmium. At least we're not running out, I suppose. Anyway, in today's episode, if you remember last time, we made osmiridium, and this is what we're missing for PackagedAuto, so we can actually get into this now, and we don't need to do these manually, so I'd like to do that. I have a lot of reading to do. How about we just make everything, and figure it out later. So 1 packager, pretty easy. 1 unpacker, also easy. I think we could have made these before, with just titanium, but there's no use really, until you get these. The tables that can be automated, these ones can't. We can also make some package recipe holders, whatever that is. It requires crystalline, but we can do that. No problem. There we go. And finally, the encoder. Also easy, apart from more crystalline. There we go. And that's everything. Okay, so I'm actually going to read now. Wish me luck. Okay, so turns out this isn't that hard. Like, at all. I don't know why I thought it would be. Anyway, we'll do this table first. The yellow one. So we're going to need the better one. It's just additional stuff. We were only missing osmiridium before, but we can do that now. There we go, we can make it now. I will go with 6 to parallelize it a bit, because they do take like 1 or 2 seconds to craft. So this is just 6 times faster, basically. As long as you're ordering 6 things, or more, I suppose. There we go, all 6. Okay, so first we use the encoder. This can be anywhere. It doesn't need power, or AE2. And we need to encode a pair, I think, to go in these 2, 1 in each. And you can have up to 20. Wow, that's a lot. So we want to transfer all these recipes, also known as 2, right now. So the tier 2 microminer and the reinforced mining laser. So we change this to advanced and just do this, I think. And for the second slot, the mining laser. And save. There we go, both recipes on both packages. And I'll do this over here. I don't really have a better place to put it. So AE2 connection. We'll just do that below. Crafting table, unpacker. This needs to be touching the tables, I think. Up to 6. And also a packager. This doesn't need to be touching, but it's nice and simple to keep it here anyway. And 1 of these in each. There we go. I'll turn on blocking mode, just in case. I don't know if it matters. And now if we take these out of here, we still should be able to craft these in this. Yes. Mining laser, and the tier 2. So I'll test it just in case. Let's have 1 mining laser. Is it going to appear? Yay, it works. You see what I mean by slow? It's like 5 seconds. And there we go. Very simple. And we can add the other ones. All 6 in total. So now if we order 6, 1 should go in each. Yay. It works. Awesome. That is so simple. Am I dumb? I thought this was complicated. I will keep this here, it looks nice, but we can get rid of this now. And we can start moving this one, for these 4 recipes. Tier 3 microminer, Tier 4 microminer, crystalline, and the Tier 5. But we do need another packager, and unpacker, and 6 more crafting tables, of the blue kind. It's very similar to the other one. Another 6. Might as well, they're relatively cheap. 12 osmiridium, or 6, so it's 2 each, not bad. There we go, very easy. And one of each of these, unpacker and packager. So once again, encoder pair, load to wipe it. Blue table, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and crystalline. Everything here should be okay. And save. And same thing as before. Table, unpacker, packager, one of these in each. Blocking mode. Probably. And the rest of the tables. Wow. We're just missing the green one. Do we need this yet? The tier 6 is still in the blue one. The tier 7 is in the green one. But that requires Draconium, and we can't quite burn that yet. I might look into that later. We probably need to do that soon anyway, but not right now. We should be able to remove these. Awesome. Let's test it out with a tier 5. Let's see if we can spot it. Oh, there it is. Wow. No manual stuff required. We can just send them. Very cool. And now it's processing. This kind of leads on to another thing I want to do. There's a very cool trick you can do with a multi-block miner, the ore drilling plants. They produce 3 times more crushed ore than a macerator. Let's say it mines 1 Nuada ore from a micromission. Normally we get 2 from the first step of ore processing, but this should get 6 if it's times 3. So it triples everything, basically. That is pretty cool. So I'd like to do that. We really don't need the high level one. It only changes the range, and we're not looking for that at all. So I guess we do this one. It should be easy. It seems to just be EV stuff, so rather simple. Okay, so we're just waiting on gears. I don't know why they take so long, but we have everything else, or the controller, and the multi-block just needs steel stuff. Okie dokie. And as for energy hatch, we have to use EV, or IV. We have space at EV, so I guess we'll do that. I don't think it needs to be fast. We just need fluid input, and item output. Might as well use an ME output bus. And an ME hatch, wherever that is. Here we are. Gears are done. Good. Yippee. So this will mine in a 3x3 chunk, so a rather huge area. I'll just put it here though. It's probably fine. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Input hatch, output bus, machine casing, and frame box. There we go. And we don't want this on silk touch mode. We want crushed ores. Also, we're going to need drilling fluid. But this is like really easy. Stone dust, lubricant, water, and that's it. This uses 8 liters per tick, so 160 per second. We can do LV if we wanted, but I'll do MV, just because of space. So stone dust, we have 1 trillion, and lubricant. And of course water. Yay. Super easy. We're already full. And now this should work, if we place like an ore down. Oh, there we go. Cobblestone. How do we get it to turn on? Because it turns itself off once it's done. Oh well. So just for aesthetics, I want to do this below. What's the best way to place blocks? Auto placer. What about formation planes? That could work. Let's try that. 9 of them. And I think I want to do this subnet type thing with the storage bus. It's a ton of filtering space, so I think it'll be good. But how does this work? Oh, there's filtering options here. Okay. That's a lazy way to do it, but it should work. We just have to filter like 9. And facades. Yay. What? Why have I got this? Oh! Anything that goes into an ME system is going to be dropped or placed by these. How about we filter everything beforehand? Maybe a subnet will work. Nah. It's literally 9. It's not that hard. And we just have to beat the priority of the macerator, which is 10,000. So I'll do 11,000 on each one. Wait, no. A subnet will definitely be better here. Fine, okay. So we can just filter it in this, instead of each one of these, on a subnet. So interface, storage bus. There we go. That's how much we can filter. Loads. Insert only. 11,000 priority. Although that doesn't matter with the sticky card. Also filter it before stuff ends up here. And quartz fiber. Ore power. So let's say I have an ore and we can filter it. And we chuck it in here. Now it's here. And we connect these to the subnet. We might want to put it back in. Oh no, it does work. You just have to put it in like this. There we go. And we might have to have some redstone logic to turn this on. Machine controller. And a timer, I guess. There we go. This is stupid. How do we get it to mine the cobblestone? I have no idea how this works. What am I doing? Also, this is a lot slower than I expected. Do these ones go faster? It literally does not say so. So I have no idea. The only difference is the chunks. I might have to use destruction planes, or whatever they're called. Annihilation planes, for the cobblestone. We can simply filter them, so that's not a problem. But we are going to have to rebuild this entire thing, and move it up a bit. And this doesn't really help, because this doesn't place another one. Only stuff that enters the system, like this. But not if it's in here. It's really strange. Maybe we remove this, and this is just a subnet. That works. And because of the sticky card, this can't go in the normal system. Good. That's what I want. So we almost have a working system here. We just need a rebuild of some kind. And maybe a better one of these, if it's faster, which I'm hoping it is. The best one is just tungsten steel and LUV stuff. So how about we try do that? Okay, so I almost have enough stuff to make the super good one. We're just waiting on the conveyors, so I'll set everything up now while we're waiting. We're going to need these annihilation planes. I'm pretty sure these can be filtered. And again we need 9. And we can do this over here, at LUV. Also we'll do it one block up. I think that's better. So formation planes, like this, on a subnet, then a block space. And annihilation planes, which apparently can't be filtered. That's very odd. I guess they need to be on the subnet too, and it should only break it if they have a place to go. So we can have a drawer, filtered for cobble, with a void, and storage bus on this. Now we just need power. What? Okay, mistakes were made. What did I just do? I'm gonna break it. Okay, it's fixed. I really don't know how to do this. Why can't these be filtered? That's so annoying. I don't understand what was happening. This is for cobblestone, so it shouldn't have been mining anything. Maybe we separate these two, so the top and bottom are on separate subnets. That might be the thing to do. Let me just make sure. So now I'll set up this one. And filtered for Nuada. And I guess Sheldonite. Just to test. Insert only. 11k. And we just plug this in. Okay. They're both active. So in goes this. And it's not mined. Good. Also the conveyor's finished. So we can make the better miner. Yay. And LUV hatch. For power. We just need one of these. Easy. Oh yeah, it's 2 of them. For some reason. I forgot about that. There we go. And the rest of the multi-block is tungsten steel. Easy peasy. How am I going to connect this to power? I just thought about that. Why did I do this here? It's so awful. How about converter? And we'll just have a fresh P2P. It's fine, I'm sure. So energy, converter, P2P. And same as before. ME output bus, ME input hatch, for drilling fluid, and the rest is easy. There we go. It did it straight away. This is stupid. How do I keep it powered? A lever? Is that on? Let's find out. No. It does work. Very fast. But how do I keep it on? I don't have any better ideas than this annoying timer. Let's do it every second. That might be good. I don't know. What is this garbage? How about we test it out with a tier 5? How about that? We just have to filter these. Oh wait, not that one. Just Nuada and Trinium. The other one's macerated somewhere else. Please do tell me if there's a way better way of doing this. This is all I could come up with my small brain of mine. One annoying thing is, the microminer might be slower. Things will get stuck here, because it's a sticky card. If this is too slow. There we go. It's sending, and they should be mined. 9 at a time. That's quite fast, right? I'm not sure if it can go faster, honestly. That was pretty fast already. And it all should turn up in the washing machine. Yeah. Look at all that. From one mission too. I'm pretty sure that tripled everything. Cool. It's probably also faster than this, to macerate all the ore. And it's not terribly laggy either. Also, I'll try and make it look pretty. To the best of my ability. This time is so dumb. Why is it there? Oh well, it's fine. This looks fine. Right? It kind of looks like a thing. This is so dumb. But it does work. Pretty well. But let's also filter these two. For iridium and osmium. I can't really think of any other rare ore. That might be it. Well, the one's worth processing, at least. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed. This gave me a headache. Okay, so I'm back. It's currently midnight, and the video is due to come out in like 12 hours. And it's only like 16 minutes long at the moment. So it might be a short one. I'm not too sure. But I'm not going to bed until the video's finished. Blame this thing. It sucks. I hate it. It gave me such a headache yesterday. Okay, so I have a little bit of a plan on what I want to do next. There's two things, and I can probably only do one. We can do stem cell stuff for wet wares and the next tier of circuits. Or we can do Draconium. I'm leaning more towards this, so we can start Draconic Evolution. We just need some sort of fuel to burn the Draconium. Cetane boosted diesel, gasoline, or high octane gasoline, or HOG. This one sounds funny. HOG. So I really want to do this. It's also the best. Only half a bucket. As opposed to 2 for the other two. So I definitely want to do HOG. First we need normal gasoline. So I guess we'll work on that. Toluene and raw gasoline. Which is methanol, refinery gas, naphtha, and acetone. We have this for already. So we just need toluene. We do have a little bit of this. But only 2000. Which does suggest it's very slow. Yeah, this has been running forever. And we only have that much. So we definitely need to improve that. So I imagine we're distilling more fuel. Just a different type. 25, 80, 40, 30, 40, 20, 75. This one looks good. It's 2 seconds. And it's just wood tar, which is just wood. The other way would be heavy fuel, but it's only a little bit more, but quite a bit more work. And it's a little bit slower anyway, so I want to do wood tar. So 1 pyrolyze oven, and 1 distillation tower, although kind of small, 5 outputs, so 6 tall. Nowhere near as tall as that. How about we put this HV, or maybe EV? I don't know. We might need to overclock this a bunch, for wood tar. So I'll do EV, 4 amp, and then 1 amp EV, for the distillation tower. So I guess we're going over here, not HV. So the long thing, and the tower. I don't think the speed will match, but it'll be a little bit closer. It will be 1 second for this, and if we do this way, 2 seconds for 1.5. That's not too far off. Cool. I have no idea about the coils. I guess I'll do RTM. Input bus, input hatch, rubber wood, nitrogen, circuit 10. What did I forget? Oh, muffler. And we just plug it in. Please work. Oh, charcoal. I completely forgot. Yay! Relatively fast. This might be fast enough because of the coil boost, so that's fantastic. Also, I'm just going to send the charcoal into the system. We have a void draw somewhere. Yeah, here. If we actually connect it though. I forgot to do that. This entire time. I did not know we had so much charcoal. That's funny. Okay, distillation time. My favourite. I do actually like it a lot. One of the best multi-blocks, I'd say. Yay! A very simple one. Just 1 input, 5 output. And we can just have a drum of some sort. Ta-da! 75 toluene per second. Plus the backlog we already had from over there. Also some other stuff, like a lot of benzene, and phenol, and dimethylbenzene, and creosote. Some of those might be useful. Cool. 75 per second. A whole lot better than 20 per 6 seconds. And it doesn't even run all the time. Okay, great. What did we even need this for? I forgot. HOG. Oh yeah. Also normal gasoline. Not that much. At all. That's funny. We may have not needed to buff toluene if it's used so little compared to everything else. It's 1 per 11 and 1 per 32. Oops. Oh well. Let's do this. Raw gasoline. We should have plenty of these. As long as we have a storage bus on this. And probably the rest too. Yeah, refinery gas as well. So these top two. There we go. Okay, gasoline time. 1 LCR for raw, and I guess another for actual gasoline. And I will do HOG separately. Normal gasoline can be H3. It's fine. Maybe overclocked once, because then it can keep up with HOG at EV. Yeah, because it's 20 in 2.5, and we make 20 in 5, 2 H3 to keep up. Oh. How did I manage that? So circuit 24, methanol, refinery gas, naphtha, and acetone. And it produces 20, so we need a better output hatch. MV. Yay. Gasoline. We could stop here, if we really wanted to, but it's 2 per 1 for Draconium, so I don't really want to do that. Let's do HOG. It's funny. Oh yeah, of course. This is raw. Just added toluene. There we go. And it can go in a drum. It should be fast enough to supply HOG. Yippee. Gasoline. Maybe I should stop now. HOG might be expensive. Nah. We can do it. Right? Okay, so things we're missing. Nitrous oxide. Oxygen. Nitrogen. This isn't a problem. That's very easy. Octane. Might be a problem. More distilling. Lightly hydrocracked light fuel. That's fine. It's just another one of these. We have light fuel. Plenty. And it's not that bad. 100 per bucket. So that must be the thing to do. Next problem. Ethyl tert butyl ether. Ethanol. Butene. I dunno. Do we have those? Yes. But ethanol isn't the best. Where are we getting it from? Here? 10 litres per 2 seconds. That's not very good. But again, it's only 1 bucket per 32. So 1 bucket per stack of Draconium. So 1.8 thousand stacks of Draconium. Okay, that's fine. Right? We're not going to use that much. I'm sure we won't use 100,000 Draconium before Creative Tank. So yeah, this is fine. Okay, not that bad then. I guess we'll get these out of the way. Nitrous oxide and ethyl tert butyl ether. 2 LCRs at EV, I imagine. And this is where HOG's going. I could wall share, but what am I saving? PTFE. That's it basically. I don't really care. Actually I do. It saves so much space, if you think about it. Because we can just do this. And it fits in half a chunk, instead of like 2/3. By the way, we need a bucket per 2.5 seconds. At EV that'll be 5 seconds, with perfect overclock. That's too slow. So I guess a 4 amp one will work. This is the only use for these two. And one can go either side, with HOG in the center. That should be splendid. So this one will be nitrous oxide. Circuit for oxygen, nitrogen. There we go. Very easy. Now it's in the input, or the middle one. And now we do the one on the right, for ethyl tert butyl ether, which is just ethanol, plus butene. Rather easy. There we go. Oh wait, did I get the energy hatches mixed up? This one's 4 amp. Instead of this one. There we go. That's fast enough. So the only thing we're missing is octane. So let's work on that. We'll do this route. It's the best. Oil cracking, hydrogen, and light fuel. Okie dokie. How fast does this need to be? 2 buckets in 2.5. Yeah, we're not going to get that speed. At all. Oh well. I guess HOG will be as fast as this. I will do HV, so it's 1 in 3. And this at HV will be 1 in 2, so that should keep up. Perfect. The Draconium will be very slow anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's not going to be super fast. I think this will run every minute with the speed we can do octane, but it's 32 buckets. We're never going to be burning that fast. At all. So I think we're fine. So 1 oil cracking unit and 1 distillation tower. Okie dokie. It fits very nicely over here. And we'll use RTM, although there's no need. It just makes it more efficient on power. No speed bonus. We need an input bus for some reason. No? Why isn't this forming? Oh wait, it might be hollow. Yeah, okay. We want to do circuit 1 with hydrogen and light fuel. So we need a storage bus on this. And plug it in. Yay. Relatively simple. And we're getting the stuff. Distillation time, once again. 7 tall for 6 outputs. Ta-da! And a random drum to pass it over. Awesome! We get naphtha, octane, butane, propane, ethane, and methane. We use a lot of these in a lot of places. Yay! Okay, great. We can filter HOG now. That was way easier than expected. I thought this would be a massive rabbit hole, but oh well. So circuit 24, nitrous oxide, octane. Oh yeah, we don't need that one. It's literally right here. Gasoline. This we also have right here, and we're just missing toluene. And there we go. We're already full. 1 lot of HOG, 32 buckets, which is a stack of Draconium. It basically just depends on octane, and we get 2 buckets every minute. But honestly, we'll never use it that much. I don't think we'll ever burn it. We're just using it for Draconium, so in a drum it goes. Yay! HOG. Alright. Cool. I guess we can do Draconium. I do need these 2 though. The quests. For gasoline. And HOG. Yay. I love HOG. It sounds so funny. I'm straight up hogging it. Whatever that means. And sweet sweet purple. Draconium. Or pink. We have like 3000 dust. It's basically everywhere. In the end. In very sparse veins. So you get a ton of it when you're mining literally anything. But after we run out, we have to use scales, which you can get from ender dragons, and micro missions. A lot, it seems. We have a ton of this, backlogged. I might spam a few more, and add a loot fabricator for this. But I honestly don't know how much Draconium we'll use, but I guess we'll find out. So 1 LUV blast furnace, Nuada, right here. Okie dokie. 1 coming up. Okay, that was easy. We're just going to burn the dust at the moment, but I'm sure we'll move to scales at some point. The coils are just about to finish. There is one problem though. Too cool Draconium. It uses gelid cryothium, which is fine. We just don't have it filtered right now. We just have helium. I will use a quad. There might be more fluids in the future. There we go. It still works. And we just add this to the interface. We're already making this passively for the reactor, pretty quickly too, so don't worry. And now these are done, and we can burn this Draconium. I might as well do like 2000. I don't see why not. It's kind of slow. We just have to input HOG. Yay. Yeah, 1 per minute. I might do some overclocking very soon. 2 ZPM with 2 LUV, because we can do that now. What is worth overclocking? Trinium? Probably. Definitely Draconium. That's so slow. Nothing else, really. Everything's 30 seconds, or quicker. And there we go. Our first Draconium. Yay. Draconic evolution. We can do it, I guess. A Draconic core is Draconium and tungsten carbide, which we have. I guess we're just missing this, or empowered palace. But now that we have Draconium, we can do it the cheaty way. Well, it's not cheaty, it's just easier to automate. And like a whole bunch faster, I think. 10 ticks per craft. So that might be fun. It might be next episode, but I'm not sure. So I think it's time to end. I'm very sorry if it's too short. I'm hoping it's about fine, but I haven't edited it yet, so I'd never really know until like 6 AM when I'm done. So next time Draconic evolution, maybe, or stem cells, or both. I don't really know. I guess we'll find out. So as always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.